and the urgency to address the misalignment between job expectation of the youth in line with their education, employability skills and their aspirations has never been more pressing.
We are sitting on a ticking time bomb.
There are no dearth of jobs. There are no dearth of work.
What is the value of aspiration?
Problem in India is not employment, it's actually unemployability.
No chalk and talk. Less of chalk and talk and more of act and innovate.
Banshidhar Anila Panda Foundation, the social arm of Indian Metal and Ferroalloys Limited, was established in the year 2011. Set up with the mission of transforming individual lives of the marginalized section of Odisha through sustainable and scalable initiatives, the foundation works in close collaboration with central and state government, local and international organizations and strategic partners, focusing in 5 core areas: healthcare, education, livelihood, water and sanitation, advocacy and appreciation. Advocacy is all about today's ideate, a multi-stakeholder engagement which brings together thought leaders to discuss convergence and ways forward on pressing social issues.
Where in the past we have covered pressing issues on immunization, water sanitation, maternal and child health, etc. And for Ideate 2019, we have decided to focus on aspirations of the rural youth. The high cost of living in major cities, compounded with low minimum wages, leaves many to continue finding work in villages dependent on Manrega and other subsidies to survive. Job creation is in clusters. Most cities are employment generators and a precursor to job creation. So for more jobs to be created, a broad-based urbanization is required so that the job creation is not concentrated in a certain geographical area, and we need newer third and fourth tier cities to begin to provide employment and opportunity. The Banshidhar Anila Panda Foundation's experience as a PIA for DDU-GKY and as an organization that imparts vocational training under our ITIs has allowed us several observations on the rural youth. They are ambitious. They aspire for secure, preferably public sector jobs. They look upon low wages as exploitation, and they don't want third-party contracts. While they understand that employability is enhanced by training, they would ideally like to commit a shorter amount of time to this process, and migration for employment is not a preferred option. The stakes are high for everyone in the skilling ecosystem, and the urgency to address the misalignment between job expectation of the youth in line with their education, employability skills and their aspirations has never been more pressing. Strategies are needed to align our growing workforce, our industry and our policy makers on achievable goals with regard to developing talent, jobs, wages, dignity of labor. Only then will India be able to benefit from our unique demographic reality. The time to understand these gaps and implement solutions to improve the system is now. Our panelists today bring together an experience on various aspects affecting the skill ecosystem, and I'm confident that the deliberations they put forward will send concrete suggestions for policymakers at the higher levels to bring about improvement.
The big problem that we were confronted with was a study that a colleague had finished recently on female labor force participation in urban India. And of course, a lot of what he found was very similar to what Ms. Panda just talked to us about, the significant drop in female labor force participation, a drop that is particularly surprising given that this is perhaps the most unique moment in independent India's history where you have the largest number of women in schools completing at least 8 years of schooling. One of the biggest successes of our school education system in India has been the pace at which it has managed to reduce the out-of-school numbers, particularly for girls, and the significant innovations that governments across India have taken to be able to achieve this goal. That I need to be able to think about how to create a schooling system that is genuinely responsive to the needs of the students that are coming into the school. And perhaps for that, we need to have a government that doesn't care about what Delhi is thinking or what Bhubaneswar is thinking, but a government that cares about what children in my school are thinking. We need a much more decentralized system. Not only has female labor force participation dropped, but male labor force participation has also dropped significantly in the age group of 30 to 60 between 2004 and 2011 to today. India has this unique opportunity of having more than 65% of its population under the age of 25. If we can leverage this population well, the future is ours. But if we don't, we are sitting on a ticking time bomb.
There are no dearth of jobs. There are no dearth of work. Like at any point of time, I think Yashmin covered that. Like you are finding so many people unemployed, equal number of people are demanded actually by the industry and we don't find them. The real problem is, one is the basic functional skills like the reading, writing, arithmetic. Like actually you need education up to 10th standard. Thereafter, you can develop yourself the way you want. So the individual is the center. There are no dearth of jobs in any which industry. Only the industry has sometimes, because of the technological changes, structural shifts. So you have to realign your skills that the industry itself is willing to prepare you, train you for, but then you should have willingness to learn, willingness to do.
Though the aspiration is there, because when you collect information on aspiration, they get their cognitive estimate. Though I want a good job, I want a good kinds of position, but it is without inspiration and without also perspiration. So if you deduct, if you take away the inspiration and the perspiration, what is the value of aspiration?
And the whole problem about demand and supply. Employers keep crying, I don't have the right skill set, I don't have the right people. And kids keep crying, saying, I don't get the right jobs, the right wages. So we figured that the bigger problem in India is not employment, it's actually unemployability.
My sole purpose is, if a student is coming, the mindset should be, मैं education के लिए जा रहा हूँ. I am going only because of education. So the normal way of teaching is chalk and talk. And what I tell is, it's act and innovate. No chalk and talk. Less of chalk and talk and more of act and innovate.
Unless you have good teachers, you really can't churn out good students.